So you must be thrilled with the response to the first season of How to Get Away with Murder.
I'm very thrilled. It's funny because with that show, I feel like it had so much going for it. With the built-in Shonda Rhimes audience, that I felt good about the odds that it would be well received. So, it's been really quite wonderful that that's been the case.
Yeah. Who killed Rebecca? Who do you think? What's your theory?
No, I'm really. I was trying to work it out from when we got that episode. I was like, oh, is it Annalise or like? There's got to be an explanation with who it is as to like how exactly they got away, because the minute the way the sort of where everyone is, it seems quite hard to sort of pin down who it might be and how they would have done it.
I think a lot of the people on the show like to hypothesize and say, oh, I wonder who did this, I wonder who did that. But for me, it's like, if I know the answer, then the writers probably aren't doing their job. So I feel like even when I think I know something, like when I thought I knew who killed Rebecca, I'm like, they have a room of people whose job it is to come up with better ideas than I have.
A little bit of me was like, please can it not be Wes?
Well, no. I was going to say, a lot of people think it could have been.
Oh, God.
Do you not want it to be him?
I don't know. I'm thinking more for him. Like, I'm like, his poor guy. Like, I mean, it's bad enough for him anyway. Like, genuinely, the fact that she's dead. I say I hope it's not him. It would be really interesting if it were, but I don't know. I just like, as an actor, I enjoy it. I like that so much is just thrown at him.
Yeah.
But a little bit of me sort of feels for him. I'm just like, how much could he take? What are they doing to him?
Are you kind of relieved that Asher didn't get involved in the whole murder business in the first season, or?
I love doing the comedy, and I love kind of Asher's silliness. But I think there's also something very fun about doing the dramatic stuff to me too, like, the scenes that he has with his father. That's really rewarding for me as well. So it'd be interesting to see, and I mean, the writers are incredibly skilled, but see how they balance, if Asher were to find out about the murder, how he were to balance that and still probably be comedic,
Yeah.
But I have all the faith in them, so.
Yeah, and quickly I just wanted to ask you about his relationship with Annalise, because it's quite weird.
Right.
Like, what do you think of it? Is it sexual? Is it motherly? Like,
it is just constantly shifting. I think that's one of the things that's so hard to, I say to pin it down. I wouldn't want to pin it down. Do you know what I mean? I think that's one of the things that is exciting and interesting about it, is that the writers have thrown so much into that pot. They get to know each other sort of in very strange circumstances. They're bonded by a secret, her need to keep him quiet. And it sort of sets him up in a relation that he's very questioning of her. I think he's sort of principled in a way that means he's going to be questioning her methods anyway, thinking, is that justified? Can he do that? But like, that is something else that is like throws what she does into sharp relief.
Yeah.
And so he's aware, I think, of these different sides of her, and that bothers him in a way that maybe some of the other characters go, she gets the job done.
You mentioned relationships. What about Bonnie? What do you think is going to happen with her?
I don't know. I think that the relationship is a very interesting one, and I think early on when we were shooting the pilot, Liza Weil, who plays Bonnie, and I sort of suggested that maybe that would be a thing. And I don't know what specifically made us think that, but I think he has a lot to learn from her, and she has a lot to learn from him too. I think she can help him grow and learn to be maybe a little more appropriate, and become more of an adult, really, instead of the giant child that he is.
I hope he doesn't become too appropriate, though.
I know, me neither. I was like, we gotta figure, we can't have the full evolution. Yeah. There'll always be a little bit of asshole, I think, in Asher. So
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, fingers crossed for that.
Yeah.